Hey, Vlatko, Justin Horniker here. I wanted to ask a little bit about the press last game and how you talked about you wanted to see the defensively step up a little bit more, and the effort kind of dropped off throughout the first half. How did you kind of address that and lead up to this game?
Yeah, so obviously we wanted to not necessarily fix our press, but get better at our press, which I think we started very good, and we set up a good tone and our press was part of the reason why we did that. Now, realistically, it's hard to do that 90 minutes. It doesn't matter who you play against. It's hard to do it, and not, especially if you play a good opponent. You're not gonna be able to sustain that for 90 minutes. So you have to pick and choose your time and moments. And I think that I think it was about 25th minute where it started dropping off a little bit, which we accepted it. And we were fine with it because it was not dangerous when the press starting dropping off, but it was a good opportunity for us to figure out how we can pick it up. It did take a little bit longer than I wanted, but still we were able to get back up, finish the half strong, and then start the second half in the same manner. Now, obviously, there were moments that we could have done better along the way, but hopefully we can get better as we're approaching the World Cup.
Stephen.
Hey, Vlatko. Two questions for you. One, little housekeeping about Rose and Naomi and whether you think they'll be available tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then if you want to answer that, and then I'll ask
Yes,
the second
so
one.
both Rose and Naomi will be in training today. They're going to train, and we're going to decide after that if we feel that if there's any risk in them playing, any risk of injury, they're not going to play. But so far, both of them feel very good. Like I said, they're going to train today, and then that decision will be made.
Great. And then the second, I was wondering if you could talk about Emily Fox's development over the last couple of years, and obviously her versatility to play on both the left and right side, and her importance to this program now.
Yes, so first, I've said before, Emily has an ability to solve problems under pressure in very well, and I would say in a world-class manner. And it's almost to the point where pressure doesn't faze her at all. And we saw that against Canada. She did it in several occasions, which is very important for us because it gives a different picture and creates a different picture for us, a picture that we want, not the picture that the opponent wants. And the fact that she actually has played in the league on both sides, it helped her with the transition to go on the left and on the right. But we also remember her doing that in college. So that's something that is good or positive for her, and that is something that we're going to use in the future as well. So we may see Foxy on the left again. Yeah.
Steph, go ahead, yeah.
Vlatko, Taylor Korniak in this, I'm just kidding.
So I was already preparing an answer.
Yeah. In Japan, Brazil was quite a fun-looking game. Japan had kind of aggressive 3-4-3 going on, obviously without giving away your own plans. What about that excites you in terms of what it's going to be able to prepare you to face?
Yeah, so we just had a meeting with the team, and we were watching a lot of videos from that game. And one of the reasons that excites me the most is that we're going to see something that we haven't necessarily seen as a team. The precision in the way Japan plays, whether it's on the attacking or defensive side, like very precise, very organized, very disciplined, technical understanding of the roles. I mean, these are all things that excites us because it's something that we haven't faced, something that we're going to get tested in a different way. And I'm glad it happens now because I don't want to face this in the knockout stage of the World Cup. So obviously we're preparing in our own way to match that. And hopefully it will be successful, right? We're not gonna back away from who we are and what we believe are the best at. We're still gonna step up hard. The pressure on the ball is gonna be super intense. We're gonna try to dictate the pace of the game by the way we set up, and we're gonna also try to take the pace away from them and have more possession on the ball.
Meg.
Hi, Vlatko. Not about Taylor Korniak, promise. Crystal Dunn just did a profile on GQ and talked about some of the kind of emotional part of changing positions. Obviously, this was a decision that happened before you came in, but has that been a discussion that you've had with her in terms of swapping positions, what she thinks of that? You know, is there a chance for her to explore her role here?
Yeah, so we have talked in the past about it. Obviously now she's back on the national team and she's working her way back up. And I actually think her playing in the position that she's playing for us right now is the easiest thing that we can do, or easiest for her to get back up, because once she comes in this environment, it's almost like a switch now, without even us trying to say anything. Before she even comes in, she's already preparing. Okay, this is where I feel most comfortable. This is where I want to be, and this is what I'm good at. And we saw that against Canada. I mean, I don't know if she's physically ready to sustain that for 90 minutes, but 45 minutes and the shift that she put in, it was amazing.
Hi, Vlatko. Ooh, this is loud. Just to follow up on that, I wanted to pull out a quote specifically that she had in the GQ article, which is, "I step into camp and I feel like I lose a part of myself." Obviously, Crystal is a professional and is clearly willing to do what is needed of her on this team, but I'm curious how you as a coach navigate situations in which players feel like they cannot fully express themselves, especially a world-class player like Dunn.
Right. So Dani, obviously she's a world-class player, but she has a choice too. Like, she can compete as a midfielder, but she has to compete with Rose Lavelle and Lindsay Horan and Katerina Macario when she comes in as well, right? So if she doesn't feel comfortable playing left back, or she doesn't want to be a left back, nobody is forced to play in any position, right? She, as a left back, she's a world-class and probably one of the best left backs in the world. As a midfielder, she has a pretty steep competition in that position. So everybody has a choice, and then we make the decisions.
Anyone else in the room? Go ahead, Savannah. Hold on, Mike's coming.
Hi, so Savannah Hernandez. We saw Marta return in the Japan-Brazil match, and she had the assist for the winning goal. So I wanted to ask you how you see her return changing the outlook of Brazil's World Cup and their performance. I mean, I can say so many things about Marta, but I don't think it's going to be anything new. She's an icon. She's a special player, and she, in some ways, redefined this game. And her creativity and ability to change game in a moment is absolutely amazing. So it's good to see that she's back, because anytime she's on the field, it's exciting to watch and brings excitement to the stadium.
Oh, go ahead, JT.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, Vlatko. I'm trying to frantically pull up as fast as I can here. Who played in the last U.S.-Japan game, which I think was 3 years ago? Is that?
Yes, SheBelieves 2020.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some of the players on this team, a lot of the players were there then, but some of them, I think of Trinity and Naomi in particular, and if some of the injured players were here, they would also not have been in that game, who maybe haven't got a ton of experience playing against Japan and a team of the style that they play against. What do you tell them about, I mean, you sort of alluded to you're not going to change your style, but what do you tell them about what they're coming into and the patience to have against them?
Right. So obviously we have all kinds of videos and highlights, moments from their team, individuals. So we try to familiarize them as much as possible, but we're also aware that this is something that they're not used to. They haven't seen it, and we as a team have not seen it. So we try to prepare them. We're gonna mimic some of the things that they do in training today, and at the end, they're going to have to get out on the field and do it. And obviously, there is a reason why we want a team like this this time of the year. So it's not a shock when or if we face it in the World Cup.
We're going to take a couple from Zoom. Andrew Jones, go ahead.
Thank you, Eric. Coach B, just wanted to ask you first, if you had a chance to see what happened with the Group A playoffs in terms of the Intercontinental playoffs, not only with Cameroon and Thailand, but also for Portugal versus Cameroon on Monday, and how that will go in your mind, as well as just your thoughts and your favorite things about Geodis Park right now in that new stadium in Nashville.
Yeah, so first, yes, we did see the game. We did see the games. It was actually first very good to see the progress that Thailand made from the last World Cup. So it did create a little bit of a problem for Cameroon. They scored 2 late goals. But now going into Cameroon and Portugal, it will be a good matchup. Slightly different styles and approaches. So we're just gonna wait for that outcome and then start preparing for our third World Cup opponent. In terms of the stadium, it's beautiful. I just had a chance to walk out and see it for a few minutes, and I mean, I can easily say it's one of the best stadiums that we've been around. So we're excited to see the fans fill up the stands tomorrow and hear them loud cheering their team.
Matt Plazek, go ahead. Also on Zoom.
Yep, thank you, Vlatko. Quick question, one more about Crystal. Would you be open to seeing her? She's also played out on the wing in her career. Would you be open to seeing her compete against both Mallory and Trinity, or do you think it really is outside back or center mid for her?
I mean, any player can compete at any position, and I would be open to anything. But if I was a player on the national team right now, Mallory Swanson is probably the last player that I would want to compete against. So, we don't exclude anything at this moment, and we see Crystal that even throughout the games that she has the liberty to go forward as a left wing. We have seen her in the middle getting the ball and doing her thing. What she's also special at in the midfield. But if we feel like at any point in time she's going to be better suited in those positions and give us the best chance to be successful, then we can see her there.
Last one goes to Simon Evans. Go ahead, Simon.
Hi, Vlatko. Yeah, just on that topic, when you have a player who comes out and talks in the media about being unhappy in the position that they play or decisions that have been made with selection, how do you handle that as a coach? Is it something that you feel like you need to impose your authority on that, or you talk about it? How do you feel? Were you surprised a little bit as well?
I mean, I seriously don't read media, and I don't have social media, and this is the first time I hear this. But Crystal has not expressed that with me recently, and as I said before, it's a choice. Nobody's forced to play on the national team. Nobody's forced to play in any position. And every time I've talked to Crystal, she just shares how much she enjoys being on the team and loves helping the team being successful. So obviously, as a coach, I'm happy to hear that, and I'm happy to help her in the position that or the task that she has to do.